We welcome you to the Priscilla R. Tyson Cultural Arts Center for our Conversations and Coffee as we celebrate the 6th day of the month of November 2025 with all of you here. Let's celebrate. Yay! Wonderful. I'm Ellen O'Shaughnessy, coordinator of the program, and we're delighted to have with us today Tish Gauntner, coordinator and chair of the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department Youth Art Show. Let's stand up here. Yay! And with committee members, Heather Corson, Kaitlyn, Welke, and Jessica Pallante. We also have our students, and we're not sure if everybody's here, but let's say, Calvin, let's send you stand up and turn around and face the audience there. Yay! And Paige, let's see, stand up there. Yay! They're all looking, honey. Let's turn around. Ah, yes. Yeah. Wonderful. And Carolyn, stand up and face. Hey. And let's see your name there. Your little doggies, or your little, oh, that's a Petra, right? Great. Stand up there. Turn up. And let me see who you are. That's Emmy. Yay. Stand up, Emmy. And Ezra. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, we're celebrating the creative training to spread through Recreation and Parks Department goals intent to make community staff the community of the city, art, in creative centers, creative insights, and all of you teaching community members, ages preschool to seniors, and how they balance art, all of you, with all their other center responsibilities, how they created with the youth artists who are represented here today in the exhibit. And Tish, we want to talk about you for a moment, a true leader in this goal, and shares that she's had the privilege of working for the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department for over 10 years. Tish loves that she gets to inspire and create with others. The passion for her job is fueled by getting to provide things she loves to do with the Tuttle Park community through art, gardening, sports, meditation, and other special events. Heather Corson, you became a full-time recreation leader in 2022 and have taught painting, drawing, ceramics, printmaking, and various crafting, as well as leading the Great Art Getaway Summer Campus, girls empowerment programs, and events at Sullivan Gardens Community Center and other centers across our beautiful city. Kaitlyn, Welke, did I say that right? Welke is a center manager and enjoys working with all mediums, but her focus is in ceramics. She has taught a variety of classes, including what? Pre-K art, kids clay, senior ceramics, beginner pottery wheel, and kids arts and crafts. Alex Nichols. I was wondering, She going to be with us? It'll be a surprise. All right, a surprise. All right, well, let's talk about Alex. She leads and assists with summer campus, volleyball, gardening, and face painting at special events. Alex is an assistant manager at the Holton Community Center on the west side, which she shares that she loves. Avis. Avis, like Avenue, you told me earlier. Yes. Bradley-VanSickle. You created a wonderful ceramics community at the Tuttle Park Community Center for artists of all ages. Your creative focus over the years in the department has been teaching pottery and laying the foundation of ceramic fundamentals and creative expression with clay. Wonderful. Jessica Pallante. Is that how I say your last name? Pallante? Great. Has worked for the department for 13 and a half years, with 10 years in community recreation. Art is in her blood through her parents, and particularly her mother, a talented artist. Jessica believes everyone is an artist. Do you believe that? I can see some hesitancy, but as you are hesitant and looking at that wonderful exhibit downstairs on the first floor where you're going to be filling in your art, you say, I am an artist. I understand your dilemma. I go through that same thing. But someone just recently said to me, you know you're an artist. I said, no, I don't. But you call me. Thank you, Jessica. So, you're director of Camp Whetstone, and you've won a Recycled Art Award the past 2 years at the We Go Green event. They won their recycled bottles in 2024, and this summer for their watercolor plastic bottle chandeliers, which are currently on display in the exhibit. Other members who were not able to be present: Stephanie Schertzinger, Suzanne Schwartz, Brittany Payne, Cora Hadley, Erica Grandjean, Deshanta Drew. So happy to have you with us, celebrating art, and that you call us all to be artists. Tish, take it away. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tish Gauntner. I am the center manager at Tuttle Park Community Center, and Todd appointed me art committee chair a few years back, which has been a privilege. Back when the art committee was kind of on a hiatus from the pandemic, and so we all got back together and we talked, and it was just like we had to create goals. One of our main goals was training other centers that might be making sure that all the training is available to teach art to people of all ages in their community centers. So that has been a big focus the last 2 years. And then the other big goal is to showcase all the artwork that all the amazing people of all ages make in our community centers. So with that, today we get to begin celebrating the wonderful show that's outside. And we're all going to talk about our talents and let the kids talk and go from there. All right, Heather, you are up.
All right, hello everybody. So most of the art of my kiddos are from Great Art Getaway Summer Camp. That camp has been going on as long as I can remember. I was a camper maybe at 8 or 9 years old, and then after being in the department 8 years, I took control of that camp. I'm the director, and those kids, I feel like they teach me more than I teach them. They are incredibly inspiring. They're really, they think outside of the box. One of our biggest projects that we do every year is a recycle, rethink, and recreate art project, where I have just totes of recyclables and old thrown away electronics and all sorts of little things, and they just get together in groups or individually and create these amazing works of art inspired by their favorite shows, their favorite like other artists. We do a little series on famous artists and recreating their art in their own style. And just every year I'm blown away by their art at Great Art Getaway. And also at Sullivan Gardens Community Center. That is a center not too far from here, about in South Franklinton. I work with an amazing group of kids. Most are refugees from Somalia, and other kids are unhoused in a local shelter. And even with the lack of resources and opportunity there, they just show and shine their creativity. And I love being able to work with them. Some of their art is out there as well. Mostly right now, I am teaching adults and seniors in ceramics, and that has just been something that I just love. I just love recreation and being able to slow down, and for people of all ages to be able to come and invest in a new hobby. Just being able to make something with your hands is so fulfilling. And you're all artists. I hope you have that chance, and I hope you're really inspired by all of these youth artists out here and all the mediums that they dabble in. Okay.
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn Welke. I'm the center manager at Lizelle Woods Community Center. So our pieces that are featured in the show come from a variety of classes. Before I became a center manager, I previously did a lot of art classes, and it is the one thing that I do miss. I'm in front of a screen more often now, so I don't get to have as much fun as all the little ones do in their art classes. But I still get to coordinate and oversee a lot of programs. One, our ceramics program, which is really expanded and come into its own. Some of the featured pieces of work out here were from our summer clay clinics and our pottery club that we have that's for younger ones. We have our butterfly over here. That was from a special event that I coordinate for summer campers called We Go Green. It was our mini camps project for the recycled art project we did. They used all different kind of recycled materials to recreate a butterfly. And you'll see that one presented out there. And the other piece you see featured up here is from our girls empowerment group that's led by my assistant manager, Ms. Cassandra Irons. She always incorporates art with all of her groups too. But I, throughout my years, have just got to do a lot of different experiences with art. But my favorite thing to get to do with kids is mixed media. Since I don't get to teach classes anymore, I just do a lot of mixed media art with my son. So I'm glad that I got to have the practice of the years, so now I'm able to still get to do art with him.
And is he here with us?
Yes, he is. He's over. He's one of our artists over here. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
All right, I will say a few words about Alex since her schedule did not allow her to be here today. Alex is the assistant manager at Holton Community Center, loves being a part of the Holton community. Her big focus, she went to Ohio University, and her art focus was ceramics. So she has a ceramics program at Holton, but then she also runs various camps. And up here, the piece from her child from the center, it's jelly printmaking. And back to what I was saying earlier about the trainings, Todd led a training for our art committee some time back here at the Cultural Arts Center, where he bought us all a set of jelly print plates and instructed us how to do this art form, which is a really fun art form. And so that is one thing that we could apply creatively in our centers. So here is an example of one of our trainings in jelly printmaking. The other awesome thing that Alex does is she is a very talented face painter. And back to the trainings, she, in one of our trainings, led a face painting workshop for all of us. And the city bought us face paint so then we could do face painting at our special events at our centers. So that is Alex Nichols at Holton. And next up, we have one of my favorite people, Ms. Avis Bradley-VanSickle from the Tuttle Park Community Center. Would you like... Here.
This is my 31st and a half year. And at the end of the year, I am retiring from teaching, not from enjoying and coming to classes. I really hope to get around to various centers and see what I can do with the mediums and things that they have. I really enjoyed creating a community of people who enjoy ceramics. I have small classes because our art room limits how many people we can have. So I usually have full classes. I'm not bragging, I'm just stating. And I really get to know my students and things that are going on in their lives, and they get to know me. So that's one of the things I have enjoyed the most and probably will miss the most. I've made some really good friends who have come from the class into my life, and I appreciate them, and I enjoy their community with me, them talking and things like that. Excuse me, I've had some issues with my throat, so I sound like I'm getting ready to cry. Probably am. I have enjoyed being at Tuttle, very much enjoyed working with Tish. I love her like a sister.
How beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Jessica Pallante. I'm the assistant manager at Whetstone Community Center. I have been there about 2 years now. I was on the south side at Scioto Southland, formerly Indian Mound, for anybody that knows that, for about 7 years before that. One of my favorite things about Columbus Recreation and Parks is that I don't think anybody does it the way that we do of incorporating the fine arts in with recreation. There's a lot of us that have been to conferences, the national conference, the Ohio conference, and something I quickly realized going to those conferences is truly nobody does it like we do. We have ceramics, we have arts, we have sewing, we have so many things incorporated with our programs that just nobody else does. I actually was an art kid. My mom was an artist. My cousins are all artists. They were my art teachers growing up. It quickly became like a huge love of my life, but my other love of my life was soccer. I played year-round most of my life, and my art teacher in high school was really awesome. She begged me to go to art school, and I said, no, I'm gonna go try to pursue working in sports. So I feel incredible lucky that I actually found a career that I actually do soccer and art. So I got really lucky. I didn't do the art school thing. I did kind of go for like sport and leisure studies, but they're both the loves of my life. And I didn't have a lot of this growing up. I didn't do the summer camps and all these other extra things. So it's really important to me that we offer this to the youth and we give them so many outlets to be creative. So some of our projects from Whetstone this year, specifically, I love the one on the bottom left. That one of my favorite things about summer camp is not even so much the structured art projects that we do, but maybe in that morning time when we just put out some creative things of paper and glue and whatever, and the kids just like make the coolest things ever. And that one on the bottom left is a camper that just had drawn a lot of different cats, and they were all so cool, and Kaitlyn was really awesome and helped me mat all of them on a paper for her. So it was kind of portraying all of her work that she had done over the summer. We had our jellyfish, which is some bubble wrap and paper plates. So again, Kaitlyn does the awesome We Go Green event, and I never want to throw anything away. So I just, I'll have boxes of recycled materials of like, what could we make with this? So that's been really cool doing the recycle art projects. The plastic bottle chandelier was actually just an idea that came to me from going to Franklin Park Conservatory this past year and seeing that they had made that there. And I was like, wow, we need to do that with summer camp. So they painted the bottles with watercolors. They had a blast. All of their hands were different colors from the dye, but luckily none of the parents wanted to kill me for that. But they turned out really great. So we had those at We Go Green. But yeah, we have Whetstone's really awesome because we have a lot of different art teachers, ISAs that also teach there that aren't necessarily employees. So it's another really cool thing about our centers is that we give other people outside opportunities who are artists and really just want to give back and, you know, teach to the youth. So we have some different art teachers that teach ceramics and, you know, teach art classes, and a couple of those pictures are from that as well. So I don't get to teach as much as I'd like to anymore being the assistant manager. I definitely taught a lot of pre-K art and ceramics and stuff like that when I first got to my old center. It was kind of like, hey, what can you do? Can you do this ceramics? And I was like, sure, I'll try. I haven't done it since high school. So it's just really cool to just be given that opportunity, just learn as you go. And then I think the people that are taking your classes can kind of understand that, like, you're still learning too. So you're, you know, nobody is an expert in anything. And I do believe that everyone's an artist. So, but yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
I wanted to bring up, so we were talking about the chandeliers, and Kaitlyn brought up about the recycled butterfly, and also Carolyn has been to this event many, many years, the We Grow Green event. So we all, even though we're art committee people, we also wear many, many hats, and we are also on many, many different committees within the department. And so I wanted to bring up the We Go Green event. And Kaitlyn is the one that began that event, and she's the chair of the garden committee, and she has fought for us to get plants, and which has been also a huge program with the children in all the different community centers. So the city this spring did purchase plants for us to then plant with the kids and learn to grow. But then she creates at the We Go Green event. It's a really fun event, and it's just a day to, you know, appreciate the earth, to learn about recycling, to learn about dirt. Like, literally, we have stations about learning about dirt and filtration, and it's just a really awesome day. And it's a day that all these different kids get to come from all over the city and be together and just celebrate gardening. Then another amazing piece that we have that was committed, created by the Girls Empowerment Committee that Heather did. We're gonna go back to this slide because this piece right here was created by Heather's Girls Empowerment Committee and is a focal point in the show. And so she's gonna talk about it.
Yeah, so one thing I absolutely love, we can do it in summer camps and also in our centers, is collaborative art, showing the kids the basics, the fundamentals of art, and then coming together and creating a project. So this was a collaboration with myself and Stephanie Schertzinger from Westgate Community Center. They have a weekly girls empowerment program. And so what we had done, that portrait is of the chair, the creator of the Girls Empowerment Committee for the department. They had incredible events. One in March, Girls Empowerment Day. It's just all about learning self-care, taking care of our community, being creative, and exploring different sports. And then we also have a teen event, a teen outdoor day where they explore fishing, canoeing, hiking, birding, all those sorts of things, just empowering all the girls across the city. And so Suzanne being the leader of that, we were really inspired by her. And as a collaborative work, you may not be able to see here, but you will in the show, that there are several squares. Each girl got a square, painted them individually, and then we put them all together to create this portrait. So it was an amazing opportunity to work with girls at other community centers to make this. Yeah.
It is a stunning piece. Okay, now to the fun part about with the show. We got the kids. We have our artists right here. All right, first up is Kaitlyn, age 6. Come on up. Do you want to sit right here? You want the microphone? Yeah, come on.
Talk right into it.
Tell us about your art.
So I actually, for when we started, we just make like a cupcake. So and then we actually get a pencil, glue, and paper to actually do this.
Oh, to do your cupcake?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole like thingy. It takes for a while to do it.
It did. It's very good. You used a lot of supplies. Hey, what treat is on the icing in your cupcake?
What? That's what?
Want to talk into it?
Are there sprinkles? Are there cookies? What's on your cupcake?
There's cookies on my cupcake, and then to make the candle, we use a chopstick,
Nice.
and then for the top of the candle, we use.
Did you use something sparkly?
No, we just have
A pipe cleaner.
a pipe cleaner to make the fire on the
The
candle.
flame? Yeah, that's a great way to make a flame.
And then I painted the paper, and I actually added a lot of spatches to make it kind of like cooler.
Yep. It is very cool. What about, can you talk about your strawberry?
Okay, so I make the strawberry. First, I actually paint it, and then we put a lot of red stuff. And for the seeds, we did actually put a lot of dots on it to make it like the seeds.
Yeah, I like how you use the pearls to make the seeds. It's very cool.
And then for the top of it, I actually just we did the same thing as the bottom. So we asked, but except we only just add some string.
It's excellent. Do you have anything else to say about your work or things that you like to create at home?
Well, on the good thing I mean, we actually made a little bit more stuff.
You make more stuff. Yeah.
So we add a lot. We actually add some candy on it.
Nice.
On the floor, the part. So we actually add a lot of stars, and even my mom told me the stars can glow in the dark.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. That's awesome. Hey, can I take this? And you can check out Calvin's work after this presentation around in the show. Thank you very much. Here. Paige, you want to come up? You want to come up? This is Paige. Do you want to sit down? Do you want to talk about your dish?
I like it.
Yeah. What did we make it out of?
Glass.
And what did we use to attach the glass?
Glue.
Right. And then I put it in the kiln twice. So this is, can I see this real quick? I can give back. This is fused glass. I love teaching fused glass with the youth of Tuttle Park. All of the Tuttle Park kids that are sitting here today have created with fused glass. It's so much fun. The best way that I can describe creating the medium is construction paper crafts with glass. So you have little pieces of glass, you have a back piece, and then you just use a little bit of Elmer's glue on a plate with some Q-tips, and you just need a little dot of glue, and then we put it in a small kiln. So it looks just like a ceramic kiln, but it's mini, and it's set just to it's a lower fire than what ceramics is. So it's for this fuse, it was the first fire was 1460 degrees to get the full fire, and then we slumped it a second time to make a little trinket dish in a mold, and that slump fire is 1250 degrees. And the preschoolers do an excellent job with fused glass. It's always fun. And Paige has been in my preschool class now 2 years. So I've been creating with Paige now for 2 years. You have anything else to say?
Mm.
No? Okay. Thank you so much, Paige. Next up is Carolyn. Come on up, Carolyn.
So with my piece, what inspired me to, mine is the one on the left. And what inspired me to do it is I always like how colors blend together and how they can complement each other even when they don't match.
Excellent. All right, do you remember why we did this?
For an art show, and then
Yeah.
different pieces from that got selected for
Right,
this.
we did it for the summer sizzle.
And my brother, Russell, he couldn't be here. Yeah.
So the next piece, which is also fused glass, the campers at Camp Buckeye, which is at Tuttle Park, on weeks 2 and 8, they got we just had fun one day, and we used a lot of scrap glass, and they got to make 2 pieces, and they got to go through the whole selection of, like, do you want it full fired or do you want it tack fired, which is a bumpy relief texture. So then they had to experience the hard part of letting go of some artwork because it was going to be for a collaborative piece for this show. So they got to pick one to take home, and then they had to leave one at Tuttle for their camp director, Mr. Jeff, to create this piece. And in the piece, which you'll see in the show, Jeff left everything to what the campers chose, whether they wanted it flat, fully fired, or if they wanted the relief and the texture to their glass piece. I will say this, it is really fun creating and gardening with Carolyn at camp every summer, and you are a very creative leader at Camp Buckeye. Thank you. Next we have Petra. Come on up, Petra. Yay, Petra.
So, this is my picture of my fall tree at nighttime with a bunch of animals, and I just used gold and silver Sharpies on black paper, and I didn't make it alone. I had a friend to help me. It took me a really long time to make this picture, and I like how it's just as detailed as it is, and I didn't know it would look so good.
It did. It turned out great. Do you remember what we did to start this project? Where did we go to be inspired to draw trees?
We went outside.
That's right. And we got to go where outside? Could we draw anywhere?
We went to the playground and looked at trees.
So we started the project it was a beautiful day, getting outside, and the kids just drew trees. And then we came in, and then they got to use metallic Sharpies. And I will say, Petra was very dedicated to this piece, and it was really nice that you did have a friend stay after class with you to help you finish. But you're a truly dedicated artist, and you're always staying after class to keep working. Thank you. Do you have anything else? No. Okay. Thank you, Petra. So talk about how we made that.
Okay. I didn't make that.
No, your brother did.
His
He's going to be
brother?
next. I shared sibling slides.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you want to talk about that piece?
I made that human because I thought it would look funny, like people gazing at the stars, because the stars are pretty. And
They are.
like a black picture. And I wanted it to look like a snail gazing at the stars. The snail. And
How did we make that image?
I used a pink little fluffy guy and some sprinkly glitter and nature.
And then how did we develop that image? Were we inside or where did we go to do that?
We put the paper outside and let it stay out there for like 2 minutes, and then we brought inside, then it turned into a shadow on the piece of paper.
It did turn into shadow on a piece of paper. And when we brought it inside, what did we do to develop it? Do you remember?
We dipped it in water, and then we put it on, and then the next week we saw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was the one challenge with going outside that we had to deal with? Do you remember about when we all first went outside to develop the pictures and we weren't expecting the wind?
Yeah, the wind blew all the stuff on the pictures away.
It turned out to be a lot more windy than what we originally thought. So yeah. So it was a challenge, but they all turned out very cool. And this is a Cenotype, so it's just the nature photo paper that you can get from Blick or any education store. Do you have anything else to say, Emmy? No? Okay, thank you so much. All right, Ezra, come on up. Are you okay? Do you want me to talk about your work? Okay, all right. So this is Ezra. I've also had the privilege of creating with Ezra in preschool art for 2 years now. And Ezra is super into dinosaurs. And so you'll get to see his work up close, but we did mixed media this day. So I put out, we had crayons, we had Sharpies, black Sharpies, and then we had paint daubers, like that you would use for bingo, but they come in a whole bunch of different fun colors. So Ezra started out with crayons, then hit up with the Sharpie, and then finished with the purple. So when you go look at this piece in the show, you will see that these are like lime green dinosaurs all down here, and then he's got the sky, and I believe a pterodactyl flying in the sky as well. So yes, Ezra's super into dinosaurs, and it reflects in his work, and he does an excellent job. Yeah, so I think we've kind of said it all. Yeah, thank you so much for attending today.
We'll want to hear some thoughts and comments from the audience. Anyone?
I would just like to thank you, Tish. We've had an amazing 2 years. It's great, and looking forward to getting this one in your class in a few years.
Yes.
I think starting the art as early as you can and having so many different possibilities and media and places and things to see is wonderful. And if you can start hard early, it can be more great artists beginner.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Kirk. So connected with that.
I paid in good luck. Wonderful, your grandmother, see. Wasn't she great? Well, she's wonderful. She's very creative. And we're here with her mom, her little sister, and her brother in the back row. Brother in the back row. Raise your hand.
Any other comments here?
I would like to know a little bit more about the Cenobrad faucet.
Oh, the Cenotypes? Yeah. The Cenotypes, and actually Heather can help me talk about this too, because Heather has a Cenotype out in the show with a student, and she did that on fabric. So what I did with my homeschool art class is I just purchased, they call it like nature prints, and that's the paper. So the paper already comes pre-cut, and it already has the Cenotype wash on it, so it's already fixed. You can create your own Cenotype wash, and you can actually put it on any different material, and then what you do is you take objects and you place your objects on top of whatever, like whether it's the fabric or the paper or even a rock. I've seen it done on rocks. And then you take it out into the sun and you expose it to the sun, and then you take it back inside, take your objects off of the surface, and then you stick it in water and it develops like a photograph. So, and you will have the black, the blue and white, and you can even get real technical with it and change up the color, but that's a whole other different level. But do you want to talk about on fabric?
Yeah, so on fabric, we had pre-washed fabric, but there is also, you can get bottles. It's 2 types of chemicals that you would then mix together, paint on fabric or paper, or like you said, rock. It can go on really any surface. And yeah, it's UV reactive. So you put things on top and put it out in the sun, and then that is what changes that color. Printmaking is just amazing. With these prints as well, you can take like photo negatives. So one really cool thing that I'm going to be doing with my students this summer, I'm preparing this project already, is printing out negatives of photos. So having a photo, flipping it to black and white, having it a negative image, and then I'm going to put that transparent piece on top of the fabric, and then when it's exposed to the sun, it will show exactly that image with all the shading and the value now printed onto fabric. And then with that fabric, we like to make bandanas. You can sew them into bags or make them into pillows. Those multi-step processes. That way it's just, the projects are great if you can do it, like 1 day, 1 hour, all done. But I feel like the kids really learn a lot in patience in the creative process when there's multiple steps to creating something that will last a really long time.
It's permanent.
It is permanent, yes. So you would do the UV reaction, and then you wash it in water, and then that image is there forever. It's permanent. And you're able to wash it in like laundry. If you were to make a bandana, it would stay.
And it's pretty incredible what objects you can use to create really fantastic images. Like in Emmy's piece, the person is actually a little pink monster made from air dry clay that a teen left at Tuttle, and I just kind of put it out there. And then the stars, they're just like little clips that have stars on top. But I mean, you can use anything. Legos was a fun one to use too that day, so they created some good shadows. Are there any other questions? Nancy.
Hi, Tish. Where is that group portrait of Suzanne Schwartz? The one that Girls Empowered, and you said she has a group. Is that at Schiller, or where is that installed somewhere?
The portrait is here.
Oh, it's
The
here.
portrait is actually showcased on its own wall.
Oh.
So when you walk out and you look to the left, you will see Suzanne. It's a large piece. It's stunning.
And does it have a permanent place anywhere? Or it's just beautiful. I don't know.
That is to be determined.
Oh.
That would be great if we could permanently install it in one of our centers.
Yeah, 'cause I know she's at Schiller. I see her. Yeah.
Yeah. And Suzanne helped us hang the show. She was unable to be here today, but she was here Monday morning helping us nail the artwork into the wall. So yeah.
But showing that collaborative piece permanently, those girls will be able to come back year after year and say, oh, this was my square, and these were all my friends, we put it together. I think that would be really nice to do a permanent installation.
Yeah.
I was reflecting yesterday morning on the phone with my daughter, who's a mechanical engineer. And I was remembering with her, and she was delighted to remember, the classes that she took here at the Cultural Arts Center. When she was from age 4 with Debbie Jackson, and all the way through, and said to me, my art, which has expressed itself in painting and pottery, never leaves me when I have to solve a problem in mechanical engineering. And I thought, wow, because I can remember thinking, you mothers and grandmothers, will our children really get into this? And they do they not? Grandmother? Yes. We have another grandmother in here. Do we not? Aha. Tell us what it means to you to have a grandchild in art.
Well, I love that they start so young. I love that they see images and colors and everything that they see when they're young, and then it kind of grows with them. But I agree that they have to start young, and they will take those images that they have when they're young and bring them through their whole life.
Everybody hear that? Take those images through the rest of their lives. Yes. Well, we have a few moments when you may want to walk through the gallery from here. Yes, I see. Aha. And thank you, everyone, and Tish, in a special way for bringing us together. This was wonderful.
Yes, it was. Thank you for having us.
And we have an announcement here from our director.
Hi, everybody. Thank you again for being here. Thank you to all of our young artists that are down here in the front. Big round of applause for them. Thank you to all of our instructors that are in all the rec centers, 29 of those rec centers around the city of Columbus. We're so fortunate to be a city where the arts are important, and these folks right here are so committed to doing what they do, and we just so appreciate everything that they do for everybody in our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Todd Camp. Wonderful.